Hey there, Douglas Ferguson here with John Fitch, and we're going to be sharing with you the How to Remix Anything template. John and I wrote a book in late 2019 called How to Remix Anything, and this is the corresponding template that goes along with the book. And we were really inspired by the lightning demos during design sprints, and this is our remix of lightning demos. John?
Thank you so much, Douglas. So I hope you read How to Remix Anything because it's fun and it's cool, but you don't have to read it because this mural template will just help you do it. So really excited to show you how this works. Most of our templates happen to actually be 4 steps. I don't know if there's a pattern there, but this one has 4 steps, just like some of our other mural templates. And in step 1, it's all about remixing your problem. You could also substitute the word problem with opportunity, but we like to keep it on a problem in this context. But if you do it with opportunities, it's no problem. And we've already filled this out so that we're not boring you with doing the workshop in full. And so this is actually with a problem that we are thinking about at Voltage Control. And so we have historically done a lot of workshops in person, and then global pandemic hit, so we had to do everything online. And some things transferred over easily, but some of our awesome activities have not. And so that was how we were framing the problem, is that we haven't been able to transfer all of our workshop activities exactly the same virtually. That makes sense. But in step 1, we're going to abstract that problem actually to a higher altitude. So for example, we have one of the stickies is meetings don't feel like board game night. That's more abstract than the specific problem, as I mentioned earlier. Or balancing feedback from the chat and video is difficult. These are obviously much higher level, and that is a great example. And so you and each person will be generating new statements for your problem. Spend anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes doing that. And then you could vote on those. We recommend that so that you're able to choose one problem statement to focus on the rest of the exercises. Or it could be 2 of them, but I would recommend narrowing it down to 1. Because now that you have your new remixed problem, step 2 is all about applying design heuristics to it. Designheuristics.com is an awesome tool that designers, engineers, architects use to explore new ways to alter their designs, their product, their service. And so we put this here as a courtesy so that you could have 77 specific approaches to rethinking how you might remix/redesign something. And so in step 2, the team, now with the new remixed problem statement in mind, goes through this list of design heuristics and chooses 2 of them that they're like, ooh, I like that as an approach to solving a problem. And so they choose 2 of them, they create stickies and put them in step 3. And so step 2 is really referential. And so each person creates a sticky, 2 stickies for their design heuristics. And you need to give some time for them to do that. 5 to 10 minutes works. Then you go into finding references for those design heuristics. For example, in step 2, I was really inspired by the design heuristic, incorporate user input. And I would create a sticky in here in step 3 for a Spotify playlist, which is an example of incorporating user input, because you build your own playlist and you can contribute towards playlist. So that's an example here. We have another person who said reconfigure. And this is really awesome because it has nothing to do with software. They put gondolas as their example. So in step 3, each person is thinking about a reference that is an awesome example of that design heuristic in the wild, in action. And then once you do that, now you're able to create your visual highlights of those references. So I mentioned the Spotify playlist. So now each person is tasked with going and finding an image that highlights exactly what they're talking about. So if I just have the word Spotify playlist, someone on the team may not know what that looks like. And so here in the top left gallery wall here of examples, I have the design heuristic up top, incorporate user input. I have the visual example of what I'm talking about. So here's the user interface example of managing playlists, adding to playlists, starting a new playlist. And then I give credit saying Spotify playlist. And likewise, you'll see the reconfigure gondolas down at the bottom. We've got some awesome visuals here, everything from Adobe Creative Suite, subway cars, Keynote, Reddit, Minecraft, arm wrestling, speed dating. And the team has now generated these. And once you've generated these, then you would do a voting session. And what you would vote on is saying, hey, this is a really awesome visual example of something we could remix in our context in a prototype. And you would vote on it, and your winning one or two concepts is now the visual direction, the analogous inspiration to move forward with and prototype. And that may sound simple to you, but what's important is that you now have these visual references, because when I say Spotify playlist, there's an opportunity that everyone in the team has a different vision in their mind. Whereas now in my little gallery square, they know what I mean by that. And so we can all have a shared understanding on that analogous inspiration. Likewise, any of the other tiles here that you see. And so this is a great way in less than a few hours that you and your team are able to have sort of a mood board of a visual reference to creating something. Now, this example is very product focused because our problem statement, our remix problem statement was very, very product focused, but this can work for other domains and situations. This is actually one for a culture. So we'll show you one for marketing in a second. So this is a team that was rethinking a problem with their culture, given all things the global pandemic occurring. So how could they be more distributed and decentralized? And here's 5 visual reference examples of things they might remix. Everything from how Pixar runs their brain trust, how the company Automatic, also known as WordPress, approaches being flexible. And so you've got these design heuristics and awesome examples to draw inspiration from as this team moves forward, rethinking their culture. So it works for culture work as well. And then the last example we'll show is one that is used in a marketing context. So this is a team that's thinking a marketing strategy, and the how to remix anything process works for them as well. In all 3 cases, the team has a visual board of analogous inspiration to vote on and then move forward and prototype that remixed concept into their own context. And we could talk to you endlessly about the prototyping process, but this is kind of a first step of what we use in our own process called the design dash. Or it could just be a team building exercise to realize how creative the team is at sourcing and curating analogous ideas. So 4 steps to get you zoomed out of your own opportunity or problem and remix things and become your own disc jockey of what you have in front of you. So hope you enjoy it. It's very visual, easy to use, and because of the design heuristics, it helps empower everyone to be a very creative designer.
Thanks, John. Appreciate you walking us through the how to remix anything template. And it's really exciting to see this come to life, because the book's been out for a little bit, and I really hope you all are able to make some use of it. And please let us know. We're big fans of feedback, and we are constantly iterating. So check it out. Let us know what you think, and check out our other templates too. This is part of a whole series of templates we're releasing over the summer, and check them out at voltagecontrol.com/resources. Thank you.